Hi there. Anyways, let's get started on the video. So I actually went through a whole host of different ideas of how I should tell the story of getting my Jeep Comanche running on a Speeduino ECU. I'd love to play it off like I'm some kind of Paul Walker Super Chad, just grab a gear and disappear, no danger to these manifolds.
Shut up!
I'm just not that type of guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
I do have a tendency to frig around and find out though. So from where I'm sitting, I don't know how you're feeling about this, but if a goofy goober like me can tune, then you can tune. We're gonna make some mistakes and that's okay. If nothing else, you can watch my videos and see what I do and don't do. Maybe you do wanna do, not do. What? Bruh, where are you eating at? Depending on your chosen platform, there's a possibility that you might be able to just swap your ECU out without any worries. For me, I actually had to go through and create a whole bunch of documentation. Just go super slow, triple check everything, and just, figure it out as you go along. Now don't you fret, my friend. There's plenty of functionality still left in your old harness. Just figure out what the old pin on your old ECU was and turn that into a new pin on the new ECU. It's really just a back and forth swap like color by numbers. A little bit of an info dump time. Now, depending on your ECU, you're going to have different software to use to actually tune it. I have a Speeduino ECU, which means that we have to use Tuner Studio. Real quick though, there's actually a whole bunch of settings that you need to have set in place in Tuner Studio before you can actually get your engine started. And I don't know any of those well enough to explain them. Make sure to not forget these steps. They're step 0. Watching this video series will let you know what comes after you get all these settings in place. Let's discuss a couple of things to get this motor started though. Seems like the general idea is to have all your base maps be rich. Keeps your engine safe. However, things might be too rich and you can't actually start the old girl. So if you run into that situation, feel free to go ahead and add a little bit more air for your cranking settings. Should help you get things started. Now, once things are started and idling, you can really play around with some of these stepper motor settings, as we can see here. Make sure to just not stall it out. Since we're already hacking around, let's take this warm-up time to see what's actually going on with the system. Now, we've got the AFR reading here, and this is super important. So when we turn our AFR sensor on to make sure things are calibrated, it flashes a set number, as we see with 13.3 and then 16.6. However, after that, it warms up and then starts reading a proper measurement. So, we've got our RPMs chilling around 900. We've got our little stepper motor line that we're trying to work with. And then we've got our volumetric efficiency table. So all seems well and good. Engines are idling. Values are adjusting. So what are we actually doing here? Well, it's all about them VE tables, my dude. The VE table is where all the secret sauce is, baby. However, note this AFR reading. I change number here in table. And number changes here. How good is that? As the engine cycles through its different paces, you want to make sure that you're putting in that proper desired fuel mixture. Since we're warmed up, I dropped the idle valve steps to decrease the amount of air coming into the engine. Less air leads to less RPMs. With lower RPMs, we're in a different area of our table. Let's go ahead and lean things out since it's running so rich. Now, while we've been working on all this, the engine temperature has actually gone up a little bit more than we would have liked. So, we flip a fan on, Turning that fan on, the voltage draw causes a little bit of loss of an RPM, and the system stutters. Of course, me being me, I freak the heck out. I bring up injector dead times, trying to figure out how to heck with that, and it didn't actually do anything, so that was a total mistake. Injector dead times are something I need to look into after actually tuning or something. So I decided it's time to leverage the auto-tune functionality. I pull that up, get it started, start very slowly playing with that throttle. Now, all this tuning was actually done live on Twitch, and things at the time were going so well that I decided it was time to move her on her own power. Without further ado, I would love to share with you the raw footage of what it was like getting her driving for the first time. All right. Clutch is in. Fans on low. She's plenty warm enough. Air-fuel ratio is looking good. She's now in first gear. All right, she just moved forward on her own power. I can't move more than a foot forward, but she moved the full foot. Okay, no, I can move 2 feet, or maybe almost a foot and a half. Hold on. Come on, manual. She just moved on her own power. All right, let's put it in reverse. Let's put it in reverse. Oh, that's too much, Shark. Calm down. Calm down, Shark. Calm down. She's moving in reverse. I had the clutch fully in there, and that's why she lurched. I don't know if you heard that. All right, we got to put her back in first and move her forward some. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. All right, burn. I don't know if you've burnt or not, but whatever, dude. We're saving you. Control S. I don't know if that's a thing. Holy shit. Shut her off. Just shut her off. Just shut her off. Oh. Alrighty. I think that's it for this one. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you found a piece of happiness in this video film. And I think I just got dribbled on. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. I'm gonna be here doing my goofy goober thing. I'm just some guy that has a strange obsession with Jeeps. So catch you on the next one. Meh.